What is up, guys? Media Master Menard here today, bringing you guys another video. And today, as you can see, we're playing some Call of Duty Blackout. I've been kind of going through all the different modes of Black Ops 4 and making a video on them, so here's my Blackout video. We actually didn't end up winning this game. I just had a pretty decent game, although my capture card did mess up a little bit, so there is some choppy parts of this gameplay, so please excuse that. I did fix it and figure out what was making it go bad. So let's get right into my impressions on this game mode, and I'm going to start off by saying it's the PUBG killer. I said that in my beta review, but it just has been solidified that this game is pretty much going to take all the market share that PUBG had in the past. And I don't have any statistics to back this up, but I do think it's probably taking some of the player base away from Fortnite as well. Some people are just sick of the building mechanic or just looking for a more realistic experience, and I say realistic with a grain of salt. Activision and Call of Duty have been very smart and quick on their feet to adapt their game to the Battle Royale genre, and it actually doesn't feel like something that was just thrown together at the last minute. It's pretty polished, definitely more polished than PUBG, and it's just a very fun time to play, and the gameplay feels very smooth just like the multiplayer does. And I think that's something that a lot of people like in this game. Is it's a first person shooter still, unlike Fortnite where there's bloom and it's kind of just luck sometimes if your bullets hit or not. In this game it's very skill based, there's a lot of recoil, the time to kill is fairly high actually, so there is time for skilled based comebacks and gunfights or turning on people or just room for a skill gap, and I like that a lot. This map is basically a greatest hits of all of the great Treyarch maps that they've ever made, and it's really fun to see these locales and see how they actually play differently in Blackout. I mean, take a map like Array. In Black Ops 1 you didn't have to use too much crazy strategy to survive there, but the strategy that you need to survive there now is completely different now that you're playing Blackout, and I think that's one of the coolest dynamics that Treyarch has been able to add to this game and to the Call of Duty franchise. I mean, they have locations like Asylum, which is Verrucht from way back in World at War, and just all these cool classic callouts are just something to behold, and they've been implemented in such a good way. I mean, heck, they've even been able to implement zombies into the game, which give you rare loot. I mean, I don't know how they thought of that. The equipment system in this Battle Royale is fantastic. There's stuff like cluster bombs, 9-bangs, trophy systems, combat axes, and there's many more items like the grappling hook that really affect the way you approach a situation and add a lot of variety to this game, and I think it's another one of its strong suits. But coming along with that, one of its weak points is the fact that it has a terrible inventory management system. I was hoping it would get a little bit better from the beta, but it didn't seem to do so. The only positive is that you can just tap square to pick up items now instead of having to hold square, but that really doesn't fix some of the inventory problems, and I think that hopefully a patch will be coming soon to fix them. This inventory system, however, doesn't detract from the gameplay when you're in gunfights, and for the most part it is not too bad. But one problem that I do think they should fix, and hopefully they do fix really soon, is the fact that sound just really doesn't work well in this game. You can't really tell at any time where footsteps are coming from. Your teammates are super loud. Enemies seem like they're not very loud, but when you watch the kill cam, your footsteps were incredibly loud and they could have heard you from 100 meters away. It's very inconsistent right now, and with perks like Dead Silence, it's just, you can't expect anything and you don't know where to look, and in a game that is so reliant on sound, I cannot believe that they allowed this to happen. The second problem I have is armor. And some people are saying that they wish the armor didn't break when you get shot and then you're in a gunfight, but I actually don't have a problem with the armor breaking necessarily, especially because it's so powerful right now. I feel like it takes so many shots to kill somebody when they have armor on. I feel like it's maybe 1 or 2 shots too many and that the armor may be a little too effective, but that's kind of a subjective opinion, and we'll kind of have to see how that plays out as the game goes along. I just know a lot of community members aren't very happy with it. But I think overall, superb gunplay, great fun with friends, and just a good map that incorporates all the great things we love about Call of Duty, and specifically Treyarch's titles, make Blackout a super fun experience for you and your friends. And even if you want to play solo, I've had a lot of fun in solo matches, and I'm not a big solo match guy. The gameplay can be a little slow at times if you're coming straight from the multiplayer, but for the most part that usually isn't an issue, because you usually are either playing a Blackout session or a multiplayer session, and usually people know that hopping between the two can be a little bit frustrating, so they try to avoid that. But I want to know what you guys think about Blackout. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Will it be your Battle Royale game for the foreseeable future? Let me know the answer to all those questions down in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you guys more movies, TV, video game, and anime content. Keep a lookout for my new Zombies video that will be coming out soon, as well as my Attack on Titan Season 3 review. I'm going to leave a link to my Twitter down in the description below so you can find out when I post a new video. And until then, this is Master Menard, signing off.